Okay. I think we're good to go. We are good to go. Good day, everybody. If you're just joining from all around the world, wherever you're watching from, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to day 2. Yeah, so today is the day 2 of our, of our live session, right? Yesterday was so full of, energy. Coming from Dr. Stephen Akitayo yesterday was mind-blowing, believe you me. And today we have someone great, someone special. You see, one of those major things this period is that, which I've observed is we Christians, we keep, we keep reading the Bible, but the time to start making it right is now. Yes, it is good to read the scripture. I'm not saying it's not good to read the scripture, but the truth is, what do you do? Or what are you currently doing right now that will actually enhance us? Because the truth is, either we like it or not, this current, economy is having a turn on us. It's having a turn on everybody. There are two class right now in the world. I don't know in the world, but for Nigeria, it's either you are poor or you are rich, right? But it's good to learn from those that are way ahead of us. And today we have someone amazing in our midst. And before I mention her name, oh yeah, she's here. Mrs. Temi, hope you're doing great, ma. Jola, yeah, good evening, sir. Official John Sule, yeah, good evening, sir. Oh, Mrs. Omolara, good evening, ma. I hope you're doing great. I hope I look good. But yes, so you can watch day 1 on my Instagram page. Just go check my Instagram page. You see the video with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And today we have someone amazing in our midst. And I'll be very sincere with you. It's of great privilege and a great honor, all the way from the United States of America. Let me start talking like people from the United States of America. Let me put my Nigerian set one side, right? So we have someone all the way from the United States of America. She will be taking us on, the major thing to know about, mistakes to avoid when building your own business. US, yeah. Right. Oh, just kidding, right? But today we have someone, special. We have Mrs. Temi. I'm going to read a little, about her bio, man. When she sent me a bio, I was like, no. There are some people that have gone way ahead of us, and we all need to learn from them. The classes she have taken. She's a business coach. Well, let me go through, right? Mrs. Temi Ajibewa, right? And popularly called the Electric Temi, right? Tonight you would know that the Electric Temi is here. In case you don't have light in your house, Farabale, Electric Temi got you covered. Okay, yeah. So she's called the Electric Temi. Is a highly sought after transformational speaker, trainer, and online business coach. Right, as a fellow at the Institute of Corporate Mentoring and Coaching, Temi is the CEO of Win or Win Consults, right? A coaching and consulting service company empowering, thought leaders through a mentoring, training, and coaching services based in Nigeria and the UK. Right, sorry, and the US rather, pardon. She is the founder of the Millionaire Housewife Academy. Please, to all mothers out there, to all housewives out there, please, you need to be on this call because Miss Temi is going to take you on a journey you have never seen before. Her name actually implies to that, right? Housewife Academy, a foremost edutech platform for women to leverage on technology in order to create impact, influence and income from their homes, right? Very, very important, right? Temi is a 2-time Amazon best-selling author, certified John Maxwell disc personality trainer. Oh, if you know who John Maxwell is, you understand why, the room is hot. It's hot, at this moment. I'm going to skip down to, she's also known to the coach of coaches. Temi is a proud recipient of awards such as the Business Coach of the Year Award, the Coach of the Year Award, one of the 100 most inspiring women in Nigeria in 2020. Wow. Temi is currently based in Texas, USA, as a US government individual with extraordinary abilities. Mrs. Temi, Ah, Oromo me. What? All this bio for just one person. Hey, when we meet to have all this thing, that point when somebody's like, yes, sir, we have Mr. Barry White all the way from Nigeria. He's a great man. He has this, he has that. Ah, my goodness. Okay, with no further ado, tonight I will be bringing atmosphere. It's a great privilege to have her on board. Please kindly share this live to your family, your loved ones, your friends out there to be part of. You need to be part of life. Oh yeah, she's here. Mrs. Temi, how are
Hi,
you doing, ma?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Good afternoon.
it's an honor. You look good.
Thank you.
Most times when I see you on live and all, I always see you wear the cap. I'm like, Mrs. Temi is already looking like horse here, but let me.
That's
uh,
that's the brand.
Oh, that's really great, ma. And it's a great privilege to actually have you on board for the live session today.
Thank
Not,
you.
I believe everybody are here today to also learn, one way or the other, right? So before going further into the questions that I have for you today, ma, can you just tell us a bit about you? Let's forget about the bio, because the bio is suffocating, right? Rather, Imbo. I can't even say the Imbo very well, but I've even forgotten how to even say it, right? But yes, can you tell us more about you, ma?
Okay. A little bit about me is I was just a stay-at-home mom
Wow,
some 11 years ago. I was pregnant with my first son,
wow,
and he's 10 years old by now. And I was pregnant with my first son, and I just wanted to do something that could help me earn an extra living.
yeah,
And so I stumbled on an online business. It's a popular internet data bundle business with one of the popular network providers in Nigeria. So where you could buy data bundles in bulk
yeah.
of 10 gig, 20 gig, and then you resell in bits. So
Wow,
that was how I began to buy from a particular
wow.
guy. And I was interested. So I would send him what's it called now? These cards where you could scratch and load up your phone.
Recharge card.
Recharge card,
Ah,
yes.
hey,
So
Nigeria. Yes,
I
ma.
could send him recharge card of 1.5, then he would send me data bundles. And that was just it. So I was curious. At first, I was like, this thing online. I just send the guy the card and he sends me data. That was my very first interaction with online business.
Wow.
And so I bought from him about a month or two. I bought from him into my modem, into all those modem you used to have like a flash
One, one.
drive.
Yes,
You have
ma.
to insert it into your laptop. So that was what I was using then. And then basically it worked. I was in Lagos. My husband was in Abuja. So I bought it for my husband in Abuja. It worked for him as well. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And so I asked the guy to teach me how to do the business. And he said no, that I would become his competition, that the person who sent me to him would not start buying from me.
Wow.
In a nutshell, he said no, that I was not going to buy. It was not going to teach me how to do the business. And so I went on Google. I went on Google to go and find how to do the business. Long story short, Google taught me the codes to get the data and to buy and to sell the data. But Google forgot to teach me the business of the data sharing. There was nowhere on Google
Wow.
on how do you manage your customers, how do you, do some things when your data
Yes,
expires, like all the behind the
yes,
scenes.
yes.
Google
Wow.
did not teach me that. So I lost money after 2 months of beginning the business.
Wow.
And I had to now use Google to search for someone who was willing to teach me.
Mm.
So I had to go online 10 years ago, right? So I had to start searching for, so 11 years now, because, yeah. So I had to start searching for the person. And so anyway, I found a guy and I paid him 30,000 naira.
Wow.
And then he taught me how to do the business.
Mm.
So beautiful thing is that after he taught me, I was able to recoup all the money I had lost. Within 4 months, I was doing over 100,000 naira per day, per month in profits.
10 years ago, ma.
11 years ago.
Ah,
Yes, yes. So in profits every single month. Later on, the money increased to $200,000, 200,000 naira.
Wow.
250,000 naira profits, and I was doing this from
Wow.
home. I was not going anywhere. My husband will go to work. I will be in the house in Abuja, and he will come and go. I have made his salary sometime in a month, you know. And that was how we gave birth to the Millionaire Housewife
Wow.
Academy, where I began to teach other stay-at-home moms
Mm.
how they could also do the same business.
Wow.
So I pretty much became the mentor I wish I had
Mm.
for this women. So I was teaching them on BBMs. So I would charge them 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira and I had a document with the whole training, sent it to them, and then they would join my BBM groups. There was BBM then. So there was no WhatsApp, was not really a thing. I remember for like a year I didn't join WhatsApp. I'm like, WhatsApp, BBM is the thing. Until everyone left me on BBM. Until then Android now came on BBM
Yeah.
about 7 years ago again, or BBM came on Android, but still it was still like this how we all had to leave BBM. So BBM groups then, that was how from those opened my own Facebook group, from the Facebook group people. So that was pretty much how I started. It was while I was teaching these women in the BBM groups that one day one of them called me coach. Just say, coach,
Mm.
this thing. I'm like, who is your coach? I'm not your coach, oh, just I'm just your teacher. And before you knew it, it just went wild. It just went wild. Everyone just going, coach, 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 coach. And so I knew I had to go and get a certification. And I did that in 2016, 8 years ago, in Lagos. I went to go and get my certificate as a coach, did all the necessary trainings, got my points, and then I became a licensed coach. And from there, I just evolved. So then the idea of buying things online was like a scam. It was Yahoo, Yahoo, and all of that. But
Yeah.
people like us, we withstood the heat, and we said, no, it is possible for you to earn money online
Uh,
and do it legitimately.
mm.
Yeah, so that's it basically.
Wow. Wow. I mean, hearing your story that recharge card can make somebody, I mean, 100,000 like 10 years ago was like 1 million now, in case.
Oh yes, yes, and 7 years ago, I launched an online training where I was teaching the whole thing, I had a sales funnel, and within 3 weeks, I had made 2.3 million naira
Wow.
teaching what I knew, and this was in 2016. I was in law school then. That was 8 years ago. August, yeah, August it clocked 2016 to that's like 6 years.
Yes.
No, 8 years.
Okay.
2016 August, while my mates were preparing for bar finals, I was selling and teaching people on BBM groups, and I was making millions then. So
Wow.
definitely, anything you have, as long as you stay on it and you're diligent. A lot of us, we are trying to do many things at the same time. We're trying to, try this, try that, because we are restless. There's no discipline.
Mm.
But once you put in discipline to stay on it, even when it doesn't look like it's going to work, stay on it for like at least 6 months, 1 year, to convince yourself that it's not working
Yeah.
before you do other things. So that was it. So I was on it, and I was like the authority in data sharing. Everyone knew me. They were learning from me. My students were also teaching other students too. So I
Wow.
became like a grandmother in the whole online space trading thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was it.
That's really, really. I mean, saying like 10 years ago you made 100,000 from online, and then 2016, 8 years ago, you made over 2 million naira in
In three
2016.
weeks.
Ah,
And
man.
and since that month of
Yeah.
August, there has not been any month I had done less than a million naira. Since that 8 years ago, since that August, I broke into million
Mm.
naira.
That's
And from
right.
that August, September, October till date, there is no month in my account where we have done less than a million naira. And it's
Wow.
all online. Yeah, just to be sure.
See, guys, I mean, I'm just going to say this openly. Please, you need to share this live to somebody who would get blessed from, this live session. Because, I mean, according to what Miss Temi has actually said, you can hear that she has a lot to say, a lot to push out there for us to get blessed with. Please and please share this live to everybody that need to, get the whole thing. Because, I mean, she's a coach. Only God know how much I would have paid to bring her here, but here she is, on the live. So, I will dive straight into the question. I mean, the question majorly is for the youth, right? Because I discovered that you're a Christian, and we are always reading the Bible, but we hardly act. Most time we read, but we don't act. That's one thing about we Christians that is always pulling us back, right? So, and this is a session where we are going to talk everything about the youth in the Christendom. I have some couple of questions to ask you and then to answer. So question one, ma. What are some common mistakes young entrepreneurs make when starting a business, and how can they avoid them?
Thank you very much. So I would highlight as it comes to my head, but the first thing I want to say I did right was exposing myself to people who had the results, they had the experience different from mine. So by interacting with them, I began to gain what I call the psychological permission to be great. So I remember going for what's her name now? This lady, is it Tokumbo? I forgot her name now. She had this event at Teslim Elias. That was my first time of meeting Mrs. Ibukwa Woshika. This must be about 20 years ago or something now. Yeah, I was in university. I was in LASU. Then we got the invitation to go to this event at Teslim Balogun at Surulere. And in that room, I remember hearing people talking about business, talking about, entrepreneurship, relationships, mentoring, training. It was a free event. I think Coca-Cola sponsored that event.
Wow.
Right, 20 years ago. And I remember hearing all the speakers. My brain was just opening because I would never have had those like mind opening moments if I had not exposed myself to those interactions. Then in 2006, and that was 18 years ago, another event I attended was organized by Daystar Christian Center. So they called it the Mega Star Summit. It was happening at Unilag. So there was this boy in my church I had a crush on then. And the guy was like, okay, so how do I see? He said, oh, come to Unilag. I'm like, oh, so he said, yeah. There's an event. Apparently, he's an ESCO in the fellowship. So he just asked me to come. So I was like, I'm going to see my crush. Unfortunately for me, my crush was too busy that day. He didn't even see me. Well, I was in the auditorium at Unilag, the main auditorium at the Senate. And Reverend Sam was on the pulpit that day. And he was preaching, talking about how young people are the future of this country, how you must not be dependent, how you should take things into your hands, and how you should begin to empower yourself financially. Because change responds to money. If you want to change things, you must have the cash to change it, or else you will be forced to compromise your values if you don't have food to eat.
Yes.
Then I cannot forget. I can still see him on that pulpit. He was wearing a dark jacket on his white shirt and a brown pants, and he said, "There are mouths here that need to be fed. Start selling food. There are heads here that need to be barbed. Learn the skill of barbing. There are clothes here that needs to be washed. Start your own laundry business." I mean, it was calling out human needs, one after the other. And I was like, I cannot barb hair. I cannot cook food. I was in Lasso. I was like, I cannot be selling food. I said, but okay, that night, SOP.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got to my room at Unilag, and I said, what do I have? I have soap. Soap, the type dense. I said, I'm going to start washing clothes the following day.
Wow.
And that was how I began my laundry business. That night, I drafted an advert where I said, you can now wash your clothes 20 naira for a top.
Wow.
Jeans was 30 naira. I'll give you a free stitch. If your clothes needs a stitch, I'll help you stitch your button,
Wow.
right? And bra, 20, that was how I did that thing. Went to a cyber cafe, did the whole typing thing out, did photocopies. I was now pasting it in all the doors in the dormitory, in the hostel.
Right.
So every Wednesdays, my GST days, I will not go to school. I will
Wow.
be at the back of the hostel. I'll be washing clothes.
Hmm.
That
Hi.
was how I began my entrepreneurial journey.
Wow.
This was in 2006,
Wow.
18 years ago. So one mistake I see the youth of today making is number one, not wanting to start from scratch. They
Hmm.
want to come and just begin from the salary of 150K. Man, can I do 80K? And it's not as if you will even produce that 80K for me. So somebody was in my DM. He said he wants to do content and everything. I said, okay, your content, how am I supposed to convert to cash? Can you close sales in the DM? He said, yes, man, I can close. Okay, you know what? Your salary will be this basic. When you close, you will earn 20% commission. This
Wow.
guy was asking me, so ma, what if I don't sell in a month? I said, what is your purpose if you don't sell in a month now? I said, ma, can you increase the basic? I said, oh, Nikoshi, you don't have stuff to, you don't have things to do. Because if you do, you should be happy that I want you to sell a $200 product
Hmm.
and you will earn
$20.
20%. That's like $40
Yes.
for every sale.
Hi.
If worst case scenario, you sell 10 in a month,
Hmm.
that is
$100.
$400.
That's
How
not that
many
paid as a salary. True. True.
how many people get that kind of money in today's naira?
Hmm.
That's about 600,000 naira, if not more. You guys said, no, ma, all the best. Just be going. Just be going. Don't come back again.
Oh.
Right? So many of us are not willing to start with the little one from the
Hmm.
beginning and all of that. And then another thing again I did was when I was in university, I was learning how to type.
Hmm.
So I enrolled in a typing school. I learned typing with the old typewriter that you
Wow.
do, that you shake it in your head. That's when I learned how to type with. But that skill came in handy for me when I met a woman who had a cyber cafe looking for a sales girl. Then she said,
Hmm.
what skills do you? I said, I can type. So you can type, okay, then come. And that was how she taught me graphic design. And I
Wow.
began to bring her business. So I don't know if you know Sako.
Yes, Sako.
Yes, Sako, we've been friends for since she's dead. I
Wow.
remember doing Sako's, I think, first or second complimentary card
Wow.
where I put his picture in the in the stuff, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
And then I brought his business to my boss, Auntie Julie Atikeja. She was really happy and she gave me the profits. She taught me how to do the printing, and that was how I learned printing from
Wow.
a skill that was supposedly an archaic skill.
Yes. Yeah.
And from there, I got someone who opened a shop for me in
Wow.
his office and said, be doing typewriting and things like that. So you don't want to discount starting from the beginning.
Hmm.
That is a major mistake a lot of people are making these days. They
Hmm.
see the flashiness and everything of YouTubers, of you comedians. They think that that's just how you just that's where you want to start from
True.
and be a brand ambassador.
True.
There is a space for starting small.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot discount that. And when you have proven faithful in little, much more can be
Yes.
handed over to you.
Yes.
Right. So for me, it has always been not being shy to start and
Hmm.
taking action on what I learn. Like I
Hmm.
learn and then I implement. You will not catch me with the permutation of what if it fails? I would have learned.
Hmm.
What if it does not work? I would have learned. So I keep learning how to be better, how to do things, in an excellent way every single time. And one thing I also see affecting today's youth, and I have tons of them around me working for me and everything, is majority of them are not willing to submit to mentorship. Yes, I know that times are changing. You are in the Alpha generation, you are the generation Z. Some of us are too old and everything. I get it. But you see, you can never discount the place of experiential knowledge.
Yes, true, ma.
So
True, ma.
even though you know the future, even though you can walk the future, but you see, there are some mistakes that you should learn it from others.
Yes, true, ma.
Don't wait to learn those yourself. So in 2018, I lost over 240 million naira
Wow.
in my investment and other people's investment. Why? I
Wow.
refused to listen to a mentor who said, Temi, cash out kidney. This thing is too high risk. Cash it out.
Wow.
No. I said, don't worry. That was in July ending. I said, don't worry. It's
Wow.
bringing me, 3 million every week. And I keep rolling it over.
Over.
Rolling it over. Less than 3 months, everything
Kai.
went down the drain.
Kai.
It was an expensive school fees. I could have avoided that kind of thing if I had just listened to those who said, Temi, I've been there before. Drop it quickly, withdraw gradually. So again, not willing to submit to mentoring is a huge problem that a lot of us face when it comes to succeeding as young people. We just like they are old, but you see that old, their mistakes, that gray hair they have is actually wisdom that you want to tap into and then shape into the future. So that, I think those are like the common ones I can take note of.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I've written that a lot right now. One of the major things that you spoke about is exposing yourself to people who had results, right? People that have gone way ahead of you,
I'm
right? So I
sorry,
mean,
sorry to say that. Sometimes those people are not necessarily older. They're just more experienced. So I remember the first time I heard a guy, his name is John Obidi, talking about having a 7-figure client. I had to call him. I said, John, wait, when you say that 7-figure, do you mean like how much is 7-figure? She said, tell me like 1 million and above. I said,
wow.
to my
No,
phone.
no, fine, ma.
So I said, sorry, you mean somebody is paying you 1 million naira? He said, yes. I said, what do you do for them? Then he began to show me. I paid John some money to coach me for 3 months
Hi.
because he had the results I was looking for. He had the results I was looking for. So they could be younger, they could be older, but if they have the result you need, you humble yourself and you learn from them. I always say this: you can't be broke and proud at the
Proud.
same time.
Yes, true.
It is a recipe for poverty. You can't be broke and proud at the same time.
True.
It is a recipe for poverty.
Kai.
So
You,
you have to just say,
yes.
they have results. What are they doing? And results does not know anybody's age, race, gender. No. It's results. And these are principles that will work for an unbeliever. It will work for a believer.
Yes.
It will work in China. It will work in Casina.
True.
Principles are principles.
Yeah.
If you can look for the version of that principle at your own end, you will get something.
Kai. That's really a packed one there. I'm very sincere with you, because one of those things that I also observe about the youth of this generation is lack to submit. Right? We basically don't like submitting to anybody because we are like, I mean, we're Gen Zs. Even this person we're talking about, I have some results more than this person. But the truth, like you said, is the gray hair on someone's head is not there for fashion. it was earned with respect of time, right? So it's a factor
And
of
some
that.
pains as well. Some
Yes,
pain.
and hearing that you lost over 240 million. Hey,
Yep.
Mita. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, Don was saying it yesterday that I mean, he lost over, 100,000, $100 million, and I'm like, hey, what's happening? But I mean,
That's the
that's
that's the gate fee that
yeah,
you as a leader you pay, so
mm,
that those behind you who tap into your wisdom will not have to pay.
Kai,
So,
Kai,
but
Kai.
if you choose to make your own mistakes, that's fine. It's okay.
It's your
But
time.
if you choose to tap into those that have made, so I have been able to avoid many mistakes,
Mm,
and I have also made some because I refuse to listen to mentorship.
wow, wow,
You
wow.
you,
Thank
you choose
you
your poison.
Thank you so much for that. Question two, ma. Right. How important is personal branding for young entrepreneur? Right. And what are the first step they should take to build one? Importance of branding, ma.
Okay. So the part of branding is that people buy into you
Mm,
before they buy what you are selling. Most
mm,
times, we are relational beings. Sometimes you will not even know somebody, but what they said about them will
yes.
intrigue you.
Mm,
And most times these days now, when people hear a name, they first go to Google
yes.
or they go to Instagram to go and see who the person is,
Is
what they are posting online. In
mm,
fact, LinkedIn profile is a
mm,
huge contribution to how organizations hire their
that-
staff now.
yeah,
In fact,
true.
the day I knew personal branding was a big deal was when I saw that UK and the US embassy were asking for social media links.
Wow.
Yes. So my visa to UK expired during COVID. So when I was going back to UK in 2022, they asked, I was like, why is embassy asking for my Instagram and Facebook and new account? I say, hey, that means digital footprint is important now, right? The same thing with the US embassy too.
Mm,
So it tells you that people want to know who they are dealing with. So before now, so I always say that before 2000,
mm.
reality was higher than perception.
Yes.
But
True, ma.
since COVID, since COVID 2020,
Mm,
perception is now higher than reality. What all
yes.
people
True.
see about you online determines a greater deal how they will judge you
Definitely.
versus when they see you
True.
physically. So when
True,
they
ma.
now see like, oh, you are this short, and like, I'm this short, so thank you very much. Yeah,
True.
but with your voice and energy online, you always look as if you are so like you're not giant. I'm not. I'm just 5'6", 5'6" foot. Yeah, I'm not that tall. It's the perception that you
Mm,
create.
mm,
And I always say you want to diligently curate. That means you organize, you arrange how people perceive you.
mm, mm,
And when you are someone who has value, please project your value online.
mm.
Don't be someone that you have value and all you are doing is you are posting your nude cleavage, you are
Ah,
and you have something in your head. There's no point. So rather share the valuable thing you have in your head,
mm,
your thoughts, your opinion, build a thought leadership idea. Even if you're an accountant, nothing stops you from sharing tips and nuggets on accounting for small businesses on Instagram. Nothing stops you. If you are a fashionista, share tips on how to find the right bra size, how to find the right jean size. If you are hipsy, if you are bossy, just share something that will add value to other people.
mm,
And so I always say, your personal brand is how you train people to treat
yeah,
you.
mm.
What you put out. So, they say that the way you are
Yes,
dressed is how you will be addressed.
yes, yes.
But that is if they see you physically. These days, the
True,
way you post is how you will be addressed because your post is what tells us what is in your brain,
true, ma.
right? So you want to be sure that you are intentionally looking like your future.
Mm,
And that does not mean you are faking it till you make it. Nope.
Yes.
That means you ask yourself, if in 5, 10 years from today, I happen to be on a dinner table with Obama, and he says, oh, let me see your social media page, will you be proud of what you will show him?
Okay.
Or they say they want to bring you to an advisory board of one thing in your country. Will you be proud of what you are posting on that page?
Right.
So if your dreams come to pass, if your goals come to pass, will you be proud of what you are posting on your page right now? So social media is really, really the window that we all peep through to see who you are. So please be intentional about it. When we Google you, what will come up? So how do you be a personal brand that's really, really resonates? I say number one is find yourself. No matter what you do, do a Google free personality tests. Okay, free test, Google it and see how you can take a test to know who you are. Know your values, your idiosyncrasies, know your core goals in life. Just know what makes you unique. What about you is different? What
Yes.
about you is special? Get to know yourself, not what they said you are, but who you believe you are. Okay, so get to know yourself. And then when you know yourself, begin to intentionally project yourself as such in your words, in your dressing, in your posts online, in your carriage. Begin to project that person that you are. And then be loud about yourself without apologies. Be
Yes. Yes.
loud about the light you carry. Be loud about the value you have within you. That way, those who are meant for you will say, oh, this person has value to offer, and they will come closer to you. And before you know it, you begin to attract more opportunities.
Definitely.
There is no point for you to light to light your candle and put it under the table. No, no. Matthew 6 says, let your light so shine
Before man,
that
they may see good work.
like men may see it
Yes.
and give glory to your Father who is in
Yes.
heaven. So you want that
To
light.
shine.
You'll be saying,
Mm.
see your light. Okay, let your light shine and let people give glory to your Father who is in heaven.
Mm.
That's my take on that. Thank you.
Wow, that's really I mean, people buy into you before your business. That is very, very important because I mean, it's how they perceive you from social media. And the truth is, what you said about the US and the UK. I remember when I wanted to go to South Africa. Also, when I got to the embassy and VFS, they asked me to drop my social media handle. I was
Wow.
why do I need to drop my handle? And when I dropped my handle, when the visa came in, the visa even came in on time, expected than the date. And someone had to tell me and said, oh, that they go through your social media, really check if you are really a valuable person. Are you a value added person or you are just there? Right. So, and all my social platform, I have over hundreds of thousands, and so it's like, no, this person have a word for entering that country. and
Yes.
and and
Yes.
the truth is, these days people in our generation just believe, especially some ladies, some guys, ladies show cleavage online, shows this, all sort of thing. And tomorrow now, when you are fighting for a position, now they are using it against you. Note, the internet doesn't forget things.
Mhm.
Anything that the internet, somebody have saved it somewhere, they are waiting for you, right, to make that
Yes.
mistake. And that's the, that was one of the major things that even made me to get closer to doctor. He always push himself, the billionaire. So everybody's like, no, does this man really even have this billion? Right. So
Yes.
that you're like, nah, this man, he doesn't even have the billion alone. With wisdom also, he has the courage, by himself. And that also has even helped me. The way I project myself out there for people to see has really also been, a way of respect, because people will see, and no, this guy has value. He has met some certain persons. By virtue of privilege, there's a global program also happening in November. What made them put me as an ambassador to the program was because of the value I'm adding on my page, right?
Mm.
really means a whole lot. So thank you so much for that. I'll go to the next question. I mean, everybody, please go ahead, share this live. It's very important so that someone get blessed
I'm
with
not
this.
seeing any comments so far.
Yes,
I don't know
please
if it is hanging.
start what you are learning. Is very, very important. Start commenting one thing that you are learning, how it has really even helped you. If you have some ideas or some things, drop it at the comment section. It's very important. Then, Matt, question number 3, right? How can young business owner develop resilience and stay motivated when faced with setbacks?
I would say two to three things help me to go through that easily. Number one is this unshakable belief in yourself.
Mm,
And that still goes back to knowing who you are and knowing whose you are.
mm,
Right. So for someone like me, I know who I
mm,
am. Right. I am God. I carry the DNA of my father. Right. I know that I am not just here for the fun of it. I'm here for a purpose. I understand that before I was even formed in my mother's womb,
mm,
there was a plan for my life. So I have this strong self-awareness of who I am.
wow.
So even when I'm going through challenges, I know it's a phase. I have a Noah in my brain.
Mm,
And it's so bad that when people are preaching sermons of, don't worry, it doesn't matter what you're going through right now, you're going to be fine. I'll be like, yeah, I know I'm going to be fine. Please say something else. Like, me being fine is not even a question of, it's not a case of what, it's a case of when.
mm,
I know I will be fine. Like, sis, don't worry about me, I'm fine. So that unshakable belief in self is actually it's so crazy. I say, see, I know I am an amazing human being.
mm,
Whoever does not love me has a bad taste in human being. That's how much I know myself. Right. So that really helps me. Number two is unshakable belief that my goals will come to pass. And I
mm,
keep my eyes on the future. So even when
mm,
I'm knocked down, I can still see myself in the future that there is a bigger thing ahead of me. So
mm.
when you don't have your goals, anywhere will lead you anywhere. Okay.
True.
So I always say keep your goals in front of you. Keep your plans, your desires, your dreams. Keep them in front
Mm,
of you. So it's not like me, I journal every day. And when I journal, I write my goals every day.
wow.
So I don't just do my goals and put them somewhere where you just take it to church on Sunday on December 31st and say, God, it's my year of double double, and that's the end. Nope, not me. You see my journal this is my journal every single day. I write my goals. As I'm writing journal, to list my goals 1 to 13. Every single day, 1 to 13. I keep
Wow.
writing it every single day. I write my goals every day. So that
Wow.
way I don't forget and I keep it in front of me.
Mm,
So no matter what I face, when
mm.
troubles come my way, I say I
Ah,
know what is going to happen, and it also orders my steps. So in the
yes.
day, I'm in consciousness of what
Yes.
I'm trying to achieve.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't forget myself.
Mm,
So that really helps me. And one thing that also really helps me in the time of troubles to stay resilient is I never fight my battles alone.
mm,
I never. I don't attempt to. Now it was a tough one for me to do it because I was an only child of a
mm.
single mother.
Wow.
So I'm used to doing things alone,
Alone.
thanks to my mom and how she raised me. But when
Wow.
I saw that hey, my future is big, it's huge, I cannot get there solo.
Mm,
So back in 2016, I believe, I learned this Chinese proverb that says, when you want to go fast in life, you go alone.
mm.
But if you want to go far in life, you go with people. So I've learned that I cannot do life alone on a solo. So I don't attempt to fix my problems myself anymore. I say there's somebody who has solved this problem before. There's somebody who has made this amount of money I want to make. There's somebody who has crossed this Red Sea before. How can I get close to them? Can I buy their books? Can I pay for their courses? Can I volunteer with them? Like, how can I get close to so that I am able to avoid this kind of trouble happening to me a second time? And how do I get out of the rut I am in right now? Right. So pretty much I'm able to do a lot more and overcome challenges when I leverage on people, on people who have strength, who have gone through the same thing or similar things, but they are available for me. I remember when I had that financial loss, then after about 6 months or maybe no, I think maybe like 2 or 3 years later, I was watching a master class. I had paid for the master class. The master class came with some bonuses. So in the bonus, there were like interviews of thought leaders. And there was this woman that was being interviewed. And she shared how she lost $1 million.
Wow.
Of her money and other people's money. And that how now she does that amount of money every month. I went to go and look for her quickly, sharply on Instagram. I said, hello. Quickly, I got close to her. Thankfully, we had somebody in common. One of my clients was a mentee. And so we were able to connect. She's the reason that when I was moving to the United States 21 months ago, I came to Houston because of
Wow.
her. Like, I had nowhere else in mind to stay or to live in the US. I would have gone to Dallas, where I had some of my colleagues who had also come on my same visa type, the O1 visa for
Yeah.
individual with extraordinary abilities. I'd
Yeah.
have even gone to Dallas too, but I chose to come to Houston because of her. I said, where do you live? She said she lives in Houston. I'm coming to Houston. That was how I brought my family to you so I could
Wow.
stay close to her. So I'm like, if you have gone through this mess
Yes.
and you came out of it, I will have what you are having. Your God will be my God.
Wow.
And that was how, so I've always learned to not try to fix my problems alone
Hello.
or by myself. Because the same brain that got you into the mess cannot bring you out of the mess.
Yes. True.
You
You're right.
you
You're,
need a bigger brain. You need
yes.
something different to bring you
Yes.
out of the mess you got yourself into. So that's pretty much
Wow.
how I build resilience. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very, very much, man. I mean, believe in yourself, know who you are. Very, very important so that you are able to know how to channel yourself towards the path you want to take. You know yourself better off than anybody. That's the truth. Nobody can know you better than you, right? And then never fight your battle alone. Kai, this is true because the fact is the brain that took you into that mess can't bring you out of it. You need a bigger. It's very important. A bigger
Yes.
one. And the Chinese adage that you quote is if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Go
Right?
with people. Yes. People going your way. Go
Yeah.
with them.
Ex-
Yes. You
exactly.
go farther in life. Yeah.
Kai, that's way beyond. He's way beyond, and thank you so much, ma. For that. God bless you, ma. We have just two more questions, and then we call it a night. And question 4. In your opinion, how can youth leverage on social media to grow their businesses without getting overwhelmed by competition?
So let me address that from the back.
Yes, ma.
First, you are your own competition.
Mm,
Please, I want to beg you with everything holy. You are your own competition. This idea of social media where you are seeing what people are doing, you are comparing yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy.
true, ma.
So please, I beg you, don't let other what people are doing to affect you. Rather be inspired by them. So personally, at a point in my life, even till now, I had to block off some of my colleagues.
Wow.
We would chat on WhatsApp, we would chat on phone call, we are friends, but you see their Instagram posts, I don't see it. I don't comment. In fact, one happened I think almost like 3 years ago now, when one of my clients said that she was working with somebody as well, with one of our thought leaders in the Instagram space, and this other thought leader knows that my student also works with me. So she now accused my student of telling her something private,
Wow.
which was what I now responded to on Instagram. I said, "What?" I said, "Madam, number one, I don't discuss people with my students. Number two, I don't even follow you on social media. So I don't see your posts." And I said, "This video you're talking about was recorded 3 months ago. I had to show her timestamp
Wow.
of the video. There were three of them. I recorded that time, but I've posted two. That was the last one." I said, "So go and see that it's the same picture, the same clothes I was wearing, the same makeup." I said, "See, see, see, see. It was that far long ago that I've done this recording. I'm just posting today." And then someone after that, "See, Temi is talking to you. He's responding to the post you did yesterday." I said, "God forbid, God forbid, God forbid." I said, "Go and check. I blocked you on IG.
Wow.
That's how much I don't want to see your posts." She was now convinced that she's sorry. So imagine I did not even have other mechanism in place.
Yes.
So I said, "Please, please, 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 please. I don't want those dramas." So I would say, if your mind cannot carry it, block them off. If you have friends you think they will judge you, block them off. This is your life here, right? So how do you get better with your social media? Is a game of numbers. You keep doing it over and over and over. Every single day you do it, you do it, you do it, you do it. And you commit to improving yourself every day. So the more you post, the more algorithm favors you, sees you're somebody who is serious.
Yes.
And then, so for like 3-4 years, I was stuck at 62,000 followers for like 3 years. It did not grow. I was so convinced that I was shadow banned. I don't know what it means.
True, man.
However, when I took Instagram seriously, before I knew it, I was having like 1,000 followers per month. I said, I couldn't get 1,000 followers in 2 years. Now I'm
Hi.
getting it per month. I said, later on, I was getting it per week. I said, okay, let's go there. Last month, I made over $500 from Instagram.
Wow.
Right. From being a creator. I'm sure that people like you make way more than that. But at least it's because right. So now I'm able to monetize my account and everything. So my point is, when you do it regularly and you commit to improving yourself every single day, and I have a tutorial, I have a resource that can be of benefit to you. So if you send me a DM with the word hacks, HACKS, HACKS. I have this 30-page document I wrote on how you can grow and monetize your IG account the way I have done it in the last 8 to 10 weeks, something like that. Yeah, but
Wow.
you want to do it over and over again. Offer value to people. Value can be fun, like you do, SOP.
Yes.
Value can be educational. Value can be, jokes, inspirational, anything like that. Just offer what your people want to see, and make a commitment to improving yourself every single day. Don't just stay on. Watch YouTube videos on how to get better. Follow creators that are doing better than you. To inspire you. White Barry, well done. I see your hacks.
It's important. For my followers, it's important right now.
White Barry, I just saw hacks just now.
ASAP, ASAP.
You don't have shoes at all.
Oh God.
So once you you know commit to that daily improvement and let other people inspire you. I
Mm,
know sometimes it can seem like what they are doing is like what you are doing, and so there's competition, and though it is saturated, no, trust me, it's not. There is room for you, there is space for you, and you can always do more.
mm,
You
mm,
can always do more. There is more to be done every single time. You can improve on existing things, and from there, you can become the voice in the wilderness that
mm,
is just saying, yes, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go, And before you know it, you get the clouds you are looking for. And please, let's just stay in integrity. I,
mm,
I I really don't want anybody to succumb to that fake it till you make it, because
mm.
like my pastor would say, Reverend somebody, he said, if you jump up, you come down, but if you grow up, you stay up. So
Mm,
I want everyone to be committed to growing up. Don't just
mm,
jump up. You jump up, you will come down, but you grow up, you stay up. So
mm.
that's my
Kai,
response.
Kai. If
Thank you.
you jump up, you will come down. If you
Mm-hmm.
grow, stay there. Kai, I've, I've held on to that one. That one I won't let go at all. And,
I heard it from
and,
Reverend Samadeyemi, and I didn't let it go as well.
and wow. And I must say, man, one of those things to have observed in our generation now. Take for instance, now you said if you want to know how to make money on Instagram, if you want to do this, send act. And then immediately you said the statement, I had to just, also send a message. It is how you act upon the knowledge that you receive that will actually transform your life. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
about just receiving the knowledge, but the action. After this life, now what is your action point? That is the next thing. And immediately you said it, I said, no, I have to lead by example. Let me put the act, and I want it so that I can share with people. Right.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank
And one other thing that you said is you are your own competition.
you. Yes.
No other person competing with you. It's just your imagination thinking that somebody is competing with you. You are your own competition. Thank you very much for that, Ma. And I will ask this question before I ask about the Global Wealth Festival, Ma. Do you have any job opportunity for people, in your business, in your brand, or you want, something? Is there an opportunity that people can be part of, Ma?
Yes. I'm always looking for people in my team, but I'm also always looking for people who are sales driven. So I don't
Mm,
have a rule that there is no sales attached to it in my company.
mm,
So you just can't come and do admin. You just come and do customer service. You have to be willing to also bring the customer.
mm,
So graphic design, how can we calculate the ROI
mm.
on your graphics?
Yes.
So you have to be sales driven. When you are sales driven, it will inform how you design.
Mm,
It will inform the colors you use,
yes.
the fonts you use, because you know that this thing must bring in money.
Yes.
Social media managers, content creators, and all of that. Yeah, so I have a few accounts that I need managers to manage for me. So if you're good at what you do, send me a DM. And if you don't have a portfolio,
Mm,
I recommend you go and volunteer somewhere
yes.
and have the portfolio.
Mm.
You cannot come to me demanding a salary on my time and on my. I'll be paying you. Say, don't worry, ma. So I hear this one a lot that I'll make you proud. As
you, you,
you
you
see
know, man,
me, so
it's, it's not by
I
church or church. Show work is.
no, as you even see me, don't look like I'm starving of people that are making me proud. Like maybe you think is a problem in my life.
Kai,
I have
Kai,
children that will make me proud. I have mentees. I have clients that will make me proud. That's not enough reward
Kai.
for my time and energy. And
Mm.
always remember something. Nobody owes you anything.
Yes.
Right. I mean, it's not as if you read it in the history book that my grandfather is your grandfather, therefore I owe you something. Nope. I don't owe you nada. Right. So if you don't have a portfolio, you should be willing to
Mm.
volunteer, work for free, in exchange for testimonials to
Yeah.
grow yourself, to to learn, and then you get better. One of my best staff member, Toby Obafemi, he came into my DM, very young guy. He was in final year in school. He was like, "Ma, I'm a copywriter. I can do. I'm offering it for you for free." And he said, and he said one thing that I'll never forget in my life. He said, "You may be wondering why I do it for free, but it's Temi Ajibewa. I'm happy to do it for free." He said, "Ma, if I work with you for like 6 months and I say I've been in your team, I know I'm like, wait, all this okay, let's even see what you can do." Then he went to one of my sales pages and he rewrote the copy. And I'm like, wow. He wrote
Wow.
follow-up emails. I'm like, wow, you are hired. So
Wow.
after about 6 months or 1 year with me, I said, you need to learn how to design.
Mm,
Don't just write copies, also learn to design. So I was able to encourage him, put him through some things, gave him some things to test himself, and he
mm,
began to design sales funnels.
mm.
Today, Toby has an agency.
Wow.
What I used to pay him to do like 3, 4, 5 of funnels for me, and I pay maybe 60K, 80K in salary.
Mm.
He now charges 350 each.
That,
I'm telling you, 350 for each. And normally in my company, you could like 4 of those things in a month,
wow.
and he will earn 80K. But now he says, man, this is my portfolio. I'm seeing the link to my job in his portfolio. I said, well done, well done.
I see
But
what
that
you
was
mean.
how it began. And this was about 3 or 4 years ago. He
Wow.
was one of my best team members for everything. He was so diligent, and today I'm happy to recommend him to my clients as well, to work with my students, and he does
Wow.
a very good job. So that's just how. So if you think you can do something, show yourself, do
Mm,
it first. And if you cannot, if you're not sure you can do it, you can go and learn on someone else's time,
mm.
but not on their dime.
Yes.
You can't say they'll be paying you and you know, no. Learn on their time, but not on their dime.
Mm,
They can't be paying you for you to learn again. Don't be that of the
mm.
parasites, and no. It has to be exclusive. Again,
Yeah.
nobody owes you anything.
Anything.
Yep.
Wow. That's really, really. I mean, my think maybe me I should send you my portfolio. Eh?
You are boss now. I'll send you my portfolio. I'll send you my own so that you can give me work.
Oh man. I
I
mean,
need
there was a
a job.
there was a time where I sat down and I'm like, if I really give somebody my portfolio, the person can even be like, oh yeah, come and sit as manager. Oh, that way what it mi.
Yes, yes, now.
But I mean,
Yes, now.
it's it's really really a great it's really a great time this evening to be to have you on board, ma, for
Thank
this
you.
session. I do not take it for granted, and thank you for your time. I know how valuable your time is, and I know how expensive your time is, to be here today. Doctor took us on day one yesterday, and then today is your day. And now is I also saw that you are one of the host for the Global Wealth Festival that is coming on in Houston, Texas, on the 21st to the 22nd, right? If I may ask, ma, how would you best describe the Global Wealth Festival, coming in Houston, and how can the youth really be part of it?
Yes. So the event happening is Dr. Akintayo's way of democratizing wealth creation. I want to challenge you to look around you. How many super successful people do you see hosting master classes?
Hmm.
I don't know about you, but I've not seen a flyer of Dangote hosting a master class
True,
before.
ma. True,
I've
ma.
not seen Otedola doing a master class on anything.
True, ma.
Thank God for people like Tony Lumelu who
Yeah,
create the environment. But it's not
true,
as if he himself is in the class teaching it.
true.
No. People like us get the opportunity to mentor
Yeah,
entrepreneurs on his
yeah.
behalf. Because I'm a TEF mentor,
Oh wow.
right? But all the same, what we are trying to do here is we're trying to open the veil. and show you the behind the scenes.
Mm.
Come and listen to people. Come and listen to stories that will give you the psychological permission to be great. You see, that mental thing, hey, it's a big deal. Oh.
True.
It's a
True.
big deal. Many of us, you think that it's just hard work, hard work. If your mind is not aligned with success, you will mess up.
True.
No
True,
matter
man.
how hard you try.
True,
So
man.
I always say that don't miss an opportunity to hear the story of greatness. Because right inside it, you will get the strategies. It's from what they tell you, oh, I now did this, I now failed at this, I now learned this. From there, you can piece together points that would help you hit your own goals faster.
Yes.
So this event is designed to democratize and wealth creation. Come and learn and get working practical strategies of how people like DSA have been able to grow his business from 1,000 naira. Someone like me, I've been able to grow my business from 10,000 naira. That was my capital. It
Wow.
was my feeding allowance for the month from my husband that time, and that was what I used to begin my business. Right. So how we started and what we are doing that is working, what has not worked, what we have failed at, very important. Don't just hear what has
Yeah.
worked, what has not worked, so that you don't repeat that mistake
Mistake.
you
Yes, man.
know so all of these are an opportunity for you to just come and learn and grow. And you don't have to be in Houston the way I am. You can be in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in anywhere in the UK, and you can join us virtually. So this way you can lock down your spot in the room without being physically in the room. So yes, that's my
Wow. I would say, personally, also for me, being part of the team has really been a lot. I remember the first day we had the volunteer meeting, everybody saying one thing or the other. I'm like, hey, these people, yeah, who am I to speak when great people ahead of me are speaking, right? And I can see
you've
how
you've you've earned your right at the table. I remember what Mrs. Ibuka told a particular young lady who was called to the board. And then when she was about to start talking, she said, excuse me, I'm trying to say this, I may be the youngest on this table. She said, hello, if you did not deserve it, you be at this table.
Kai.
You have earned the right to be here. So sit up and speak up and do what you should do. Say, yes, so my opinion is this. So immediately she adjusted herself. So you have
Yeah,
earned your right to be there.
yeah.
You man up and
That's
offer
what I'm.
value.
Oh yes, oh yes. I mean, it has really been a lot, with the team from the beginning of the planning up onto execution, up onto having, the meeting with the team in the US, and then currently right now we are. I mean, it's just next week. It's not even five
Next
yet.
weekend.
It's just next
Yes.
week. And the truth is, one major thing I've also observed is that our generation fail to want to learn. We think we know it all, and we like free things. That's why, one way or the other, things just pass by our side. We're like, no, you're supposed to come free, right? This very, very, imagine such event over $200,000
Already
going down on one.
spent.
Yeah,
Yep.
already spent. So it's not
Well
like the event
over.
way over 200 and something $1,000, right? And here comes the people that will say, oh, they want such event for free. You can't go and get like Grant Cardone, you're expecting to give him $10,000. It's impossible. Right? So and we're having great people coming on board for this program. I saw the new flyer that is coming up. I said, no, this is way beyond. So for everybody also that are actually watching, you can be part of it. There's a virtual ticket. I will be around during the virtual class. I mean, we also have some people that are going to be our hosts virtually. I won't mention names, right?
Yes.
So let them just be like the steez for you to come and see, right? But these are all great people, and that will also be around for the virtual class. It's just 2 days conference, right? It's the 21st to the 22nd of this same September. My little way I can admonish everybody is, check the link I just, pinned right now, www.stephenakintayo.com/GWF That is how you can get the link. You can get your ticket for the conference, both virtual and both, on site. It's very, very important because this kind of conference only happen once in a lifetime. Believe you me. When next you can see doctor can decide and say tomorrow is no more doing a conference. You never can tell, right? People can, because even if he does conference or not, the man is making his billion meter steady. So he doesn't need the money that is coming in. But the truth is, everything needs.
So the truth is
to
that
have a price tag.
the money coming in does not even cover our costs. All our events.
Wow.
I know for sure in the last 10 years, there's no money we make from any conference that covers the cost of the conference. Never.
Kai.
Never. Profit ticket. No. Never.
Kai.
Yeah, you quote me on that. Never.
Wow.
Never. To break even is even problem. It's always that we are giving way more than we are collecting back in ticket fees. Yeah.
Just because we want to give value. That's the thing.
That's why I said that we are democratizing wealth creation, making it available and accessible to the man on the streets, to the serious-minded guys that will say, okay, I'm tired of where I am. I want to go to the next level. I want to build wealth, build a legacy, change my story.
True,
you should be in the room.
Oh yes, true. I mean, if you also look at it, man, the amount of the ticket, anybody who can buy a ticket, you should know that they are not small, right? Connection that you see from there. The truth is, the first time I ever had the opportunity to be with doctor in a room one-on-one. I mean, the doctor said the statement. He said, we spoke for over 2 hours together in the same room for 2 hours, and he said, if you didn't earn your way to this point, I would not give you even my 5 minutes. And at that point, I said, hey, so that means there's something I'm doing right that I need to keep doing well. So there's a level of connection, and it's this type of place that you get connected with people. And there's something I usually say, which I heard from Bishop Oyedepo: your connectivity determines your collectivity, right? Who you connect, what you connect.
Don't leave me.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. T. Thank you for the energy tonight, and I hope everybody have learned one thing or the other. Please, you can also reach out to Dr. T for mentorship class or for anything you want to reach on. And don't forget to get your ticket for the Global Wealth Festival. Very, very important, both virtual and then on site. I will be attending virtually, and then I'll also be coordinating 1 or 2 things virtually. So yes, I'll still be online to see everybody being part of it. And the other benefits of this conference, you can check on Dr. Stephen Akintayo's Instagram page, and you see the information as we proceed. Thank you very much, Doctor, for your time and the privilege. I do not take it granted.
I enjoyed this conversation. So I've stopped doing Instagram live sessions. I get at least an invitation a day. At least every day. We have one thing this next week. You have to say, I know they do Instagram live, I don't do it.
Wow.
But this one, I know I cannot say no, because the things that we are trying to do and the goal and the mission behind the project. So that's why I'm here. So thank you for what you do. God bless you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, ma. I mean, that's the thing. It's only me that can bring big people here. It's not easy.
Right, if easy, run now.
Thank you very much, ma. Do have a love press. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Yes, ma. Take care, ma. So yes, that is Dr. T. Everybody, the T for the Temi and then the E for the energetic, right? Thank you so much, Dr. Temi, for tonight. It really, really means a lot to us to learn from Aboan, and I must say, this is a great privilege for us. We do not take for granted. Going by tomorrow, we are also going live tomorrow. Time will be communicated. Just look out for the space, for those that are coming. The truth is, I would not be posting. I'm not that type of person that we post who we are bringing tomorrow. No, come tomorrow and see the person that is actually coming tomorrow, so you can learn from them, because I believe when you start knowing those persons way ahead of time, you began to, oh, I don't like this one, I've not seen this one before. Come first, and you'll be sure maybe you want to see the person or not. And Dr. Temi tonight really blew the roof, and I will be very, very sincere with everybody. Any way that you want to reach out to Doctor, like you saw what, or you heard what she said about, you know, the opportunities that she's giving, you know, to people who can sell, people who have other things to do, please reach out to Dr. Temi, and also reach out to GTEX Home. They are one of, I mean, they are the major sponsor for this video. And also, you can also reach out to me personally in case you have any other questions or information. My name remains Waitolasu Kamibari, the son of the prophet. I still remain the son of the prophet any day, anytime. I am here to serve you the tea of greatness, the tea of content creation. I think I should too shop. You know, maybe tomorrow I should even bring somebody from like UK or somebody from the US again that can speak phone, so that I will be doing phonetics class as well. When she's like, oh, so Barry, one of the major things I try to check is I try to look at, and I'm like, oh yeah, I try to also look at that in it. Aimbo, UK is fitting me. Or UK accent is actually doing well. Anyways, but do have a lovely night rest, everybody. It was a great time connecting with you. God bless you. Bye-bye. Peace out. Or let's take a selfie before I go.